Hey guys, so I wanted to film like a get ready with me because I have some errands to run anyway today, but I kind of want to do this to like discuss some stuff that's going on in my life. Kind of talk about like me trying to get over like the eating disorder I had/have, kind of like how I am with my self-confidence, like what I'm doing to like deal with all of that, fitness and food job and everything. So if you're interested, keep watching. I'm trying to film this all in one take because I genuinely don't know how to edit videos. So sorry. But okay, so my relationship with my body has been kind of like all over the place. And I don't think I thought much about like my body and that sort of thing growing up that much. It was more of like when I got to college, I think kind of after my freshman year maybe. I didn't really care about fitness that much. Growing up, like I did sports, I danced, I did a little bit of everything. So I was like pretty active most of the time without having to work out. And so I was used to be able to eat like a man because that's how I've been for a long time now. Like I can put away some food. Like let me tell you, I can put away some food. I love food. I have a love-hate relationship with food, let me say that. But I was so used to like having a high metabolism and like burning off all these calories. So when I got to college and I didn't play sports, I just did like intramurals here and there, and like there weren't that many. So like you're active, but you're active enough to be like, you know, taking down like a linebacker size meal every time, along with like drinking because that was new in my life. And going through a breakup and like that sort of thing. So freshman year of college, get there, love it, have freedom, just got out of a relationship, and I wanted to have fun. So that's what I did. I had fun. I drank way more than I should have, especially at that age. Like I got alcohol poisoning, I think my second semester, maybe my third semester, I don't remember. But I had a lot of like bad habits that were going on, and that caused my body to like gain a ton of weight, which like all of my family and friends like were very supportive, and apparently I like held the weight well, but no one noticed it, or if they did, they didn't tell me, and they still won't tell me. But I gained like a ton of weight, and so like growing up, I always had like bigger hips and like a butt and stuff like that. Like even with sports, I just wasn't like super toned or had a lot of muscle. So then I got to like college, and I wore like, I want to say like a 4 in pants and like a small medium in shirts and stuff like that. Had no boobs, nothing like that, which like I'll get to like the whole like self-conscious thing with my boobs in a minute. But like all this happened, and then I noticed like my clothes weren't fitting come summer of going into like my sophomore year of college. It's like, it's weird. And like I had a picture taken of me paddleboarding, which I have on my Instagram somewhere. And I looked awful. Like in my eyes, I looked awful, which like I noticed some people like I looked good. Like people think I've always looked good, which is very nice. And I appreciate that. I didn't feel good. I don't think I looked good. I still don't think I looked good then. I wasn't healthy, just eating chips and like all these unhealthy like processed and fast foods and stuff constantly. So then I decided like I wanted to make a change. I just didn't know what that meant. I was terrified of going to the gym because I didn't know how to use like equipment, stuff like that. I didn't really understand like calories and all of that yet. Like I did, but I didn't know like how many you were supposed to have, like what was good, and I hadn't like gave myself knowledge of that yet or like looked into it. So fall of that year, I started going to CrossFit with one of my best friends, Reed, and I started dating a guy that did CrossFit. He, both of them like helped me out a lot with doing that, and like that caused me to lose a decent amount of weight and start toning up. And then something happened that just caused me not to like CrossFit anymore. I really don't remember what it was. I think I like might have started hurting my shoulder or something. So I stopped doing that. And I just kind of like let go. But I didn't like gain the weight back, thankfully. I just stopped going. I think at that point I might have stopped eating as much too. But I started like not eating as many chips and stuff like that, and tried to meal prep, but I wasn't very consistent with it. And what I did have, like, I don't think was good. I really don't remember what I ate, but I'm pretty certain it like wasn't the best for me ultimately. Regardless, I went on with that. I think I might have gained maybe a smidge of weight back. But then I just started like not eating a lot. And I was like hungry all the time, and I was pissy. And then I got into my previous relationship, and I wanted to be my best. And like, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy. And he never like always said I looked good and stuff like that. So like, I mean, he like always said that. So there was no reason for me to think I needed to be different. But in my head, I had this idea of like, I need to be the best version of myself for him. Like, wasn't for me, it was for him. In my head, like, regardless, I was like, I want to be the best I can for him. So, with me still being terrified of a gym, because I was still, at this point, not set foot in a regular gym. We would always eat out and stuff like that, and I didn't want to, like, be that girl that don't, like, order the salad every time. That was just, like, a plain salad with, like, no dressing or anything. And so, I would eat, but then that's when my eating disorder started to develop more. Or that became really apparent then. So I would eat all this food, and then I would throw it up. Like, it wasn't every time, but it kind of started like snowballing at that point, and then I started losing weight from that. I was like, oh, okay. Well, this went on for a while, and no one noticed. If they did, no one said anything to me about it for a while. But I always kind of used like my dairy allergy as like a reason for throwing up. If someone were to say something, I'm like, oh, like I had something that had cheese in it, or like it was upsetting my stomach. Like, yeah, like I had to throw it up, and like this normally was not the case. So I started doing that, and then fall of last year, so fall of 2019, I got my new job, and I started going to the gym. I became friends with Caroline at this point, and like I saw her stuff like posting about it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just like follow what she does and go to the gym. That's what I started doing. Freaked me out at first. I was like, everyone is judging me, I look like an idiot. And she gave me some advice that always has stuck with me, and I tell people the same thing if they ever say something to me about like being scared of going to the gym. You're there for you. You're not there for anyone else. Everyone else that's there is there to work on themselves too. If they have a problem with what you're doing, that's their own thing. That's not your fault. That is not your problem. That is not something you should concern yourself with. So I started going, loved it. I started using that as kind of like a stress relief, and I started noticing results, and I started like eating well and tracking what I was eating, and I was still throwing up some if I would eat unhealthy food. So like all the cookies that I always post and stuff like that, I was like, oh, I can't eat that. Like if I do, I need to throw it up. So that's what I would do. Well, I started noticing like the more I was throwing up, the worse I was doing with my workouts, and that was pissing me off. I was like, why can I not get this done? So I like talked to some people about it, like Caroline and some other people. I was like, what is going on? They're like, you're not eating enough, like your body needs fuel. Because I was mortified to eat carbs at this point, because I thought carbs were the devil, and I still do to an extent. Like, I know they're not, but like that's kind of a mental thing, like I'm still kind of dealing with. I won't eat that many, especially if I'm trying to like look really like cut, or I'm trying to like lose body fat, which I really don't need to be right now, and I'll get to all that in a minute. But anyway, I started using my MyFitnessPal, tracking what I was eating and eating more, and I got to a place where I was like really good gaining muscle mass. Wasn't like big at all, but like my muscles were starting to grow, and then like I was really proud of that, and I was like, I'm looking really good. But then I started stressing myself out. I'm like, you're getting big, like you're not fitting into your clothes anymore, even though like it was literally muscle. Then I got sick last fall or last winter, and I couldn't eat much for like 3 weeks, and I dropped so much weight. So like, if you guys don't know, I'm like 5'8", 5'9", and I weigh like, I haven't weighed myself in a while. Last time I weighed myself was like, I want to say February, March. Is that the beginning of quarantine? And I weighed like 132. Well, I got boobs since then, so I added on some weight regardless. But I don't have a clue what I weigh right now, but it was around that. I think after I started like going to the gym and stuff regularly and started gaining muscle, I weighed like 135, 140 maybe. And then I got sick, and I couldn't eat or go to the gym or do anything. I got down to 115. That is so unhealthy, or like 114. But when I look in the mirror, I saw myself as being so small, and like I loved it. And that was around the time for like Black Friday and everything. So my mom and I were going to shop. I was like, Mom, none of my clothes fit. I need to buy jeans. So we went to Levi's. I wore 24 in jeans. I didn't wear 24 in jeans in high school. I was like, no, like this is the best I've ever looked. I've continued to lose weight after that, because I got in this mindset of like, I lost all this weight so fast by not eating, so we're just gonna stop eating. Just knock that off. So I would start getting hungry, and I would just either chug water, or I'd have coffee or an energy drink. It's one of the three. And so I got in my head so much about like comparing myself to people as well on social media. And I was just fed up with it. I was like, nope, I have to stay this small. And then some stuff happened at the beginning of the year that I won't get into, just out of respect for people. But stuff happened at the beginning of the year. I went to Vegas for work in January. Sorry, I had my phone on airplane mode. And I'm sorry the lighting's changing. I'm using my phone to film this, and I am lazy and don't want to turn my ring light that Joe got me. Anyway, so all this is happening. A bunch of stuff in my life started changing at the beginning of this year, and I started going to the gym and stuff again, and using that as like my outlet for just like everything that was going on. That's how I dealt with everything. I would go there and just like lift. When I'd start getting stressed out with work, I'd be like, hey, I need to leave for a little bit. Like, I need to go to the gym, or like, let me go in early tomorrow. Like, I need to, like, the gym was where I thrived at. That's where I was happiest. That's what I wanted all the time. I just wanted to work out. If I didn't get to work out, I was so upset with everyone. It's like, all I wanted to do today was work out. And you're ruining that. And I'm still kind of that way, but not as bad. So all that happened, a bunch of stuff in my life changed, and then quarantine happened. And when quarantine happened, I really, like, I started eating again at the beginning of the year, a little bit, but not much. And quarantine happened, and I just started, like, grubbing, like, all the time. Like, all I want to do is eat. And I think it's because my body was, like, very underfed and all of that. Well, that didn't go over very well. and I started gaining a bunch of weight very quickly. Like, I had just bought new clothes at the beginning, or like right before quarantine started, and then like stuff wasn't fitting that I literally just got, and I was like, okay, so like we need to back off here. And I didn't have a lot to do at the time, and so all I could do was really work out, because like there wasn't a lot I could do for my work then, and I got moved to part-time, so I was like, I'll just work out constantly. And we got into like a fitness challenge with some of our friends and stuff like that, like Britton and I did. Well, that was rough. I was doing like 60-minute HIIT workouts multiple times a day, 7 days a week. I tried to not eat that much, and when I did eat, like I tried to make it really healthy, low carb, low sodium, all this stuff. And like I, for whatever reason, was not getting abs. I was not toning up. I was not doing anything that I wanted to do. And I was like, it's because I don't have weights, or like I'm not doing enough, and like all that stuff. And I was like so hard on myself. And I finally just like got to the point where I was like, you know what, like this is so unhealthy. This is not what I need. This is not what I want. And I, to touch on like the self-confidence for a second, my biggest thing I've always struggled with was the fact that I was so flat-chested, because I felt like it made me look like a boy. And also like my ribs would stick out, because like, I don't know, it's just how my body's made. And it would stress me out, because I was like, there's nothing here. I don't look feminine. I don't look like a girl. It makes me look chubbier. And because like I have wider hips and like a butt and stuff. And I was like, no, like I need boobs to even me out. And I've said this for years, like years. And I finally had the money to get a boob job. So I did. And it honestly has helped my self-confidence a bunch. It's been a little tough because I went kind of bigger with it, and they do make you look slightly wider in a sense, but it's not negative necessarily that I think that. But like I've gotten better with them, and they like help out a lot with my self-confidence. But it really bothered me I wasn't able to work out for 2 weeks. So I'm back working out again some, and during this I kind of like cycle back to my mindset of like, you can't work out, so you can't eat. And that wasn't healthy. I almost passed out last week because I had only been eating like 500 calories a day. Still throwing that up some. Like it just started like all cycling back, and I was like, this is not healthy. This is not what we need to do. So with that, I started talking to my friends about it some, and like they've been angels. My family have always been angels, and Joe's been great as well. Like he has like liked me the way I am. He's never wanted me to change, and like he hasn't been around like very long, which like sounds bad, but like we haven't been around each other that long. But regardless, like he's seen me before and after my boobs and all this stuff. He actually called me out on having an eating disorder, which he's like one of the few people who ever have, kind of right out the gate. And I really respect him for that and trusted him enough to talk to him about it. And like for the people that know me, like don't think I don't trust you if I didn't talk to you about it. I just wanted it as a very private thing. So I didn't want people to try to fix me, because I didn't think it needed to be fixed. But they've all been very supportive of me, and I've got to the place where I wanted to make a video like this to one, like let other people know, like, hey, other people are going through it, you might just not know about it. Also to keep myself accountable for actually like eating. And I love working out still, but I want to do it for me, and I want to do it to make my body healthy, not necessarily like being stick skin and stuff. Stick skin words. Stick thin and all of that. Like I want to be healthy. My body has like brought me through the surgery now. It has brought me through 22 years of life. These people that I constantly compare myself to on social media, one, they're not me. And I've started doing journaling to kind of like get this stuff out of my head as well. Every day I'll do like words of affirmation for myself and all of that. And like if I had a rough day mentally, I'll write about it and just like get it out of my system. But those people like aren't me. And I wrote this last down in my journal. God did not make me them. He made me me. I'm uniquely me. He made me after his image. I'm literally, like, all of us are made after God's image, but in a different way and uniquely. And that's why we all don't look the same. I have different genetics than these people. I was raised different. I'm from different countries. I haven't worked out my whole life. Like, they've worked out for a long time, if not their whole life. So yeah, they're gonna be ripped. I just started working out a year ago. Like, I have to learn to give myself grace. Honestly, it hasn't even been a year. And that's what I'm working on right now, is like giving myself grace, like learning to be confident where I'm at. Like, this is a journey. I can't get there right out the gate like I want to. That would be phenomenal, but like, that's not the reality of it. I'm not gonna be this like, I don't know, skinny influencer looking girl with abs after 2 months of working out for like the first time ever in 22 years essentially. And it's tough. Some days are better than others and all of that. And it's not something I really like talking about that much. And I feel like whenever I do tell people about it, they either like think I'm telling them for a pity party or that I want attention or something like that. And that's like not the case at all. I really don't want the attention of it. But the more I've talked to the select few people I have about it, the more I realize that people have issues with this, and maybe even just like making a video like this will help someone out, and like show them that like you can do it too. Like, you don't have to make yourself sick every time you eat. Like, enjoy this life you have. Life is so short that like you shouldn't take all this for granted. If you want to eat the cookie, eat the freaking cookie. And please know that most of these people that post on social media, whether they be influencers or not, they're posting their best pictures. They're posting the pictures where they flex, where they suck in, where they do all this. And don't get me wrong, I do that too. But like, you can't compare yourself to that. That's not what they look like 24/7. That's what they look like maybe 0.5% of the time. And if they happen to look like that all the time, good for them. They've probably worked their butt off for it. Like, no shame to them at all. Like, I'm proud of them. I hope to be that way eventually. If not, like, I'm gonna enjoy it along the way. But like, I want my body to be healthy and live for a long time and be able to like have kids and a family and all that eventually. And to be that way, I have to take care of it now. And that means eating food and not, throwing it up, and not stressing about going out to a brewery with my boyfriend or friends, or going to the lake and eating hamburgers and all this stuff. It's not a healthy mindset to have. And it's something that I will probably always have to deal with. Hopefully it continues to get better like it is now, and all of that, but you can't let it defeat you. And I know that's easier said than done, because I let it defeat me sometimes. But like, know that you are loved, and if literally no one else is in your life that's there for you, I will be that person for you. I don't want you to think you have to go through it alone, because that is awful. And I'm so blessed and thankful for the people that are in my life now that have helped me through all of it, because if it weren't for them, I don't know how it would have went. I don't know if I would be in the hospital right now. I don't know if I would be here, or what the case would be. But like, don't do that. Please have confidence in yourself and know that you are beautiful or handsome or whatever, how you are. Like, please just celebrate the body you have. If you want to be more fit, start going to the gym, start eating healthier. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just accepting the process as it is and taking it day by day. Life also gets busy sometimes, or you have circumstances come up like my boobs where you can't go to the gym all the time, and that's okay too. Your progress is not going to be lost because you couldn't go to the gym for a few days, even a week or more. It's fine. Just like work hard when you're there. And I know that some people have started asking me for like tips and stuff. As like I've been posting more on social media about fitness and stuff. And like, how do you get the motivation for that and everything? I genuinely don't want to go to the gym sometimes. And I'll force myself to go. If I'm really not feeling it, I don't go. But there's no reason to absolutely like massacre yourself and go to the gym like twice a day for like 2 hours or whatever. There's no reason for that. If you don't have the motivation for it, but you still like feel like you should go to the gym, go do a light day or something. Just be active, move. That's what one of the biggest things is like you just need to like get up and move. You don't have to hit a PR every time you go to the gym. That's so unnecessary. But it is important to remember to push yourself every so often. A lot of the reasons why we, including myself, can't accomplish things is we are our own mental block, and you have to just push yourself past that sometimes. And that's part of the reason why I love working out, is it pushes my boundaries, but in like a healthy way. It's not like a let's see how much I can drink before I black out sort of pushing your boundaries. It's a mental game. And it's honestly made me such a better human since I started doing it. And I absolutely love food, like I said. And so knowing more about food and being able to like cook more, bake and all this stuff, or like go out to restaurants and like make smart decisions without having to know everything in the ingredient list and all of that if I'm very concerned with it that time for whatever reason. It's not something I have to worry about. Now I have started tracking what I eat again more than I was for a little bit, and weighing my food and stuff like that. But that's literally just to help with my mental health. If that's what you need, do it, but please be careful about that if you do struggle with like an eating disorder, because you can get so obsessive over that. I know I did for a bit. I got very obsessive over like measuring everything out, like only getting such and such of something. Like, don't stress about it too much. It's literally fuel for your body. Maybe just don't eat hot Cheetos every single day. I do think it's important though to have either a healthy alternative or like a small little like treat for yourself every day, whether that be like if you're like a savory person or a sweets person like I am. Like I'll make either an acai bowl, or however you say that, every night, which is very healthy, or I'll have like dessert oats or a few bites of cookie or like protein cookie dough or something, just so like I can kick the craving and be satisfied with what I ate. But please don't underfeed your body like I do, or I did. I've gotten better about it, but it's still not good for you. But yeah, I'm going to, well, I guess I could talk about my boobs. I had some people reach out to me after I posted the selfie where my boobs kind of showed in it. Were asking about my surgery, and like I haven't openly said I had it really until this video. I don't really care. I think it's kind of silly when people hide that. But I got my boobs done. For anyone wondering, I can make a whole separate video on that. If you guys even want that, I don't really know. But honestly, one of the best decisions I've made in a long time. It made me very, very happy and continues to. And they're still dropping and all that garbage, and they will for a bit. So they don't look exactly how they will. But I'm very blessed and grateful that I was able to get it done. If you've been thinking about it, or have any questions, feel free to ask me. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. Yeah, I kind of want to start filming videos, not necessarily to like get attention. If it gets attention, great, but I just like talking, I guess. I love watching YouTube videos though. I get into like black holes of it between that and TikTok at odd times of the day and night. Yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that you're watching this. It's Friday now for me. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm gonna go to Sprouts, possibly Trader Joe's. Yeah, I had a really good workout today. One thing to note about boobs, and like I can touch on this more in a video if you guys want, but we're really not supposed to do like heavy workouts for several weeks. And I just got cleared last week to start working out at all again. Let me just tell you, trying to do abs after you've had your boobs done, that hurts. You gotta be real careful with it so they don't bottom out. Because why in the world would you spend all that money just for them to bottom out? Anyway, that's kind of all I have for that topic right now. There's a lot more information that goes into those. This video would be entirely too long. It's already long enough as is. But yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.